Hey everyone, this is just a quick review on the Specialized Turbo Levo Comp. This one has the redwood colour scheme. So I got this about a week ago. I've never had an e-bike before. I've come off a SB 5.5 and well, it's great. It's amazing. So I'm going to walk you through it. It's got an alloy front and rear triangle in that lovely redwood colour. 150mm travel on the rear, 160 on the front. These are both Fox floats, so you've got the 36 rhythm, and then you've got the DPS performance on the back with a 3-point adjust on both. You've got the 35mm bar and stem combo. Now, these are 800mm wide bars. I should say before I keep going, this bike is stock, aside from the pedals and the drink bottle. So exactly as is. The 800mm bars I haven't cut down, but I think for where I live and the types of trails I'll be riding, that they are slightly too wide for those narrow trees. The dropper post, we've got the X Fusion Manic. This is 150mm. I've had no experience with this before, but it's great. Mind you, I've only ridden it for a week so far, so we'll have to keep updated on that. I was expecting a Specialized dropper, but there you go. Guess they're cutting costs a bit. We've got SLL brakes, or SLX brakes, I should say. I've never had SLX brakes before. Normally I run the XT trail. These are good. These are good actually. I wasn't sure about them to begin with, and thought I'd have to upgrade them straight up. But they seem to stop nicely. They do make a bit of a squeal when you really need them and you want to come to a quick halt. But for the most part, they're actually really good and touchy in stopping the, upwards of 20 kilo bike. We've got a 2.6 Specialized tyre on the front, the Butcher, 2.3 on the rear. Well, I guess you change tyres, so there's not much to say about that. But the Butcher's awesome. It's just super grippy. Then of course we've got the motor. We've got the Specialized 2.1 motor. We've got the M2 battery as well. Can't really see it. So that's 700 watts. When I got this, I didn't know what that meant. I've come off a power meter on the road bike, so I understand the concept of wattage and what I can hold, what's achievable. Like I understand how much 700 watts is, but I'm not sure how far that would actually get me on the trails. But we'll go into that in a little more detail. Alright, so I've changed the bike around to the other side to get a better view from both directions. Cleaning this bike is a bit of a hassle. I mean, cleaning any bike can be considered a hassle, but this bike in particular, it's got all of these little intricacies. Just from having to be built up more, I guess the suspension type, like in here, you're not really going to fit anything in there. Like, that's my finger. So, I mean, this is a minor problem, but it is good to take note. Obviously, you're not going to not buy a bike because it's hard to clean. The SB 5.5 I had beforehand is no different with the Infinity Link, but I guess you're aware of that when you purchase it. Rather, I think you think less of it when you get the e-bike. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a normal bike. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Something cool is this rubbery chain guide. It's integrated and it's sick. It completely reduces the chain slap, chain noise. Life's a breeze. I don't know why all bikes don't have it. Well, all bikes on Specialized probably do. charging this bike, we come down here, undo this. This is magnetized, so it slots in. While this is out, the bike won't turn on. So you can't have any accidental problems. Plug it in and away we go. Full charge. We've got 3 modes. These are adjustable. You can see here how much battery we've used. The little control thing, we've got up and down between the modes. We've got turbo up here, and there is also pedal assist, I guess. So well, not pedal assist, but when you walk assist. Seems strange to say, but I haven't used that yet, other than just walking around the driveway. It seems to be pretty cool. Another cool thing with the bike, which you probably expect on most Specialized bikes, is the inclusion of the little multi-tool down here and under the bottle cage. I guess you can get it on any bike really, but this is really good because you actually need it to get the front wheel off. There's no quick release, which is good and bad. Personally, I like the quick release because it's easier to get it in and out of the car, not having any bike racks. But the e-bike in itself is a hassle to get in and out of the car. So yeah, it's not too bad. So the actual motor, like the battery in the motor, which I guess is one of the key things that you're going to be watching the video for. As I said before, the whole watt thing, I had a relative idea, but I didn't know what that actually translated to in the long run. So I've been for a few rides so far, and I'll just give you some stats to start with because I was unsure on the battery length. I went for 2 1.5 hour rides on full gas basically. All trails. We had 1,000 meters of climbing on both of the rides and about 20 kilometers covered. So lots of up and down, all trails. And both of them ended with about 50% battery left, which was good. I then thought I'd test it out a bit more and see how far we could get on the lowest mode, just on eco. And so I set out on a bit of an epic on the trails anyway, and got 55 kilometers with upwards of 2,000 meters of climbing, which was about 3 hours. 3 hours of riding around here, all on trails again. When I got home, I'd used about 40%. I had about 40% of the battery left, which was really good actually. Like, I was surprised. That was a solid ride, and it I hate to say it, but it outdid me a little bit. I wasn't ready. I didn't take any food. I was unprepared as. But more recently, just the other day, I decided to see how far we could get on full gas, basically, full bore. And on trails again. And we got about 40 kilometers with 1,600 meters of climbing, so a fair bit, a fair amount. That was about 2 hours we got on full 100% turbo. Once we finished, we had about 20% of the battery left. But in saying that, a lot of the riding was undulating. So it wasn't just straight up and straight down. We were sort of using the motor all the time on the descent. The descents weren't that steep, so we were still able to pedal. Yeah, well, that was just my quick review. I noticed there weren't any at the time of posting this, and I don't know, I just thought hopefully it helps someone. Never made a YouTube video before, so that's that. Yep, cool.